Heated Rivalry episode 5. Oh my gosh, I don't know what to say. I was hesitant to make this video because I didn't know if any words I could string together could do this episode like its proper justice. But I'm dying to talk about it, so I'm going to try. I'm going to try to put together some coherent thoughts. But let me tell you, I have never trusted a man with my emotional well being more than I trust Jacob Tierney. And let me tell you, he earned it after completely destroying us in episodes 2 and episodes 4. He came back in episode 5, wrapped us in a warm, weighted blanket, and fed us that comfort food he knew we needed. Yes, but I'm dying to know how you experience episode 5. If you could describe like one predominant emotion you felt while watching this episode, what was it? Let me know in the comments. Mine, I would have to say, is catharsis. If I could describe this episode in one word, it would be catharsis. But go ahead and give this video a like if this episode fed you in a way that TV has never fed you before. All right, let's get into it. Okay, we open with the morning after, and Rose is getting ready in Shane's hotel room about to leave. And it's obvious that Shane has had some performance issues the night before, and he's stressing over it. But meanwhile, the media is still gushing about Rose and Shane, about what a wonderful couple they are. And Ilya is following them in the media and seething about it. And then we cut to Scott in New York wearing his form-fitting Under Armour that he wears so well, doing his Run Lola Run thing. Oh my gosh, I could watch Scott run all day. But we set the scene, and then quickly, without wasting any time, we jump straight into the drama. This show has range. This is definitely a meat and potatoes episode. It fed us all the substance. We have Rose and Shane at a quiet restaurant, and Rose starts asking Shane questions about his sexuality. She uses her gay friend's Miles' interest in Shane as kind of like a gateway to open up the topic. And Rose is being really gentle, but Shane is obviously very uncomfortable, like more uncomfortable than he usually is. And Hudson's performance in the scene knocks the ball out of the park. Like I could feel Shane's discomfort so intensely that I was literally like biting my nails and like nervously chewing on my fingers like a dog gnawing on a chew toy. But Shane is so uncomfortable, and Rose is trying to get to know him and like just gently and lovingly pull him out of the closet. And the way Shane is just so like stiff and just wrapped up, and the way his eyes start to water, and the way he can barely speak when Rose asks him, has he ever been with another man before? And we flash back to scenes of him with Ilya. Oh my gosh, that just broke me. I could feel Shane like wrestling with the truth of his identity and with the truth of how deeply he feels for Ilya. This scene was like Academy Award worthy. And Rose really, I just really admire her, how loving and gentle and patient she is with Shane. Like, she is friendship goals. I aspire to be as good of a friend and an ally as Rose is to Shane. I really wish this show had been out when I was younger to give me the playbook on how to have that let's lovingly pull our gay boyfriend out of the closet conversation. Because Rose, she nails it. I aspire to be like her, but yeah, she's incredible. And it was really heartwarming to watch Shane's walls kind of break down a little bit and watch him open up and finally find somebody he can be safe with. So they agreed to be friends, and not just friends, but real friends, not friends and only best friends. And Rose says she'll keep his secret and be there for him. And it felt so good to see Shane find a safe place to land and to start to accept himself. That scene was, oh my gosh, Academy Award winning. I really love to see it, and we are just getting started. So like I was saying, Rose's friendship goals, but you know who else's friendship goals? My girl Svetlana. After we catch up on what's going on with Rose and Shane, we see Svetlana and Ilya chilling at home, watching hockey together. And I just love their friendship together. Svetlana really speaks Ilya's language, both literally and figuratively. She knows everything about hockey, so they really vibe out on hockey together, and she speaks Russian. And I just love every time they're on screen together. They make me feel like really warm and cozy. There's a tenderness between them, but then also there's like a ton of fun and playfulness. But Svetlana is talking about how hot and talented Shane is, and Ilya kind of tries to brush it off. And Svetlana's looking at him like, bruh, why you playing? You know that boy is fine, and you know he's talented. And Ilya like wrestles her and tries to like change the subject and everything. And after I watched this episode a second time, I realized Svetlana is really like checking for Ilya's reaction every time she mentions Shane. So I'm thinking she may know about Shane and Ilya, or at least have like an inkling of a suspicion. But I love a perceptive queen, and I think she knows more than she lets on. And like I said, I just love how she really gets Ilya and how they have this like spark of connection together. I I feel so good when they're together. I love them together as friends, of course. But you know who else I love together? Our boys, Shane and Ilya. And we get to see them in Florida together for the All-Star game, playing together on the same team. Symbolism much after not seeing each other for a long time. Shane and Ilya are so cute and so hot together. They're down in Florida, chilling at the bar, and they cannot help themselves. When they are together, sparks fly. I love how flirty they're being. I like how Shane got a little swag to him now. He used to be all tightly wound, but he's coming into his own, and I love to see it. And I love this moment when they both realize that they came to Florida alone and they'll get to spend time together. And Ilya kind of like seductively like drinks his beer and kind of smirks and look at Shane out of the corner of his eye. And when he realizes that Shane and Rose have broken up, he like tries to suppress his smile. And I just love this whole interaction. It's a relatively short scene, but it's light, it's playful. The sun is shining in Florida. And then we go to a scene where Ilya is playing in the pool with these kids, and it's so playful. And I haven't really seen Ilya be a goofball, but it was so fun watching him be so goofy and so good with the kids. And I want to mention they had real kids this time. It was different than the invisible ghost children they had with the Hayden scene in episode 4. But they had the budget for child extras, and so that was good to see. And Ilya is being so playful, and Shane is looking adoringly at him from the poolside. And I'm just like, oh, they could be the cutest couple ever. And Ilya shakes the water out like a golden retriever and splashes Shane. And I love this scene. The sun is shining. It's bright. It's everything. And we juxtapose the pool scene with Shane and Ilya on the ice playing on the same team with each other. And Ilya like enthusiastically puts his arm around Shane and kisses him on the cheek in front of everybody. And it just looks like an act of teamwork and camaraderie. But there's just so much love there. And even though this is like a micro scene, this is like one of my favorite moments when he like kisses him on the cheek on the ice and then playing in the pool. I loved it. And we're flying high, but we can't fly high for long because true to Jacob Tierney form, he drops us straight into our feels. Okay, we see Shane sneak into Ilya's room as we have seen him do so many times before over the years, but this time it's obviously very different. And Ilya clocks it right away. He's like, "What's going on? It seems serious." And Shane is like, "It is." And Shane starts to open up about how things between them feel different and how it's starting to feel deeper. And Ilya tries to brush him off and blow it off, but Shane is not having it this time. And Shane comes out to Ilya is gay. He's like, "I'm gay." And Ilya, true to Ilya form, laughs at him. It's like, "What would make you think that? You gay? Like, why would you think that?" And Shane is like, "Come on, this is serious." And he comes out to him and they start to bond. And Shane's like, "If we could be together, would you want to be together?" And Ilya's like, "I can't even entertain that thought." And he starts to put his walls up. but he cracks and he opens up and he talks about how dangerous it is to be gay in Russia, and how his family wouldn't accept him, and how his dad is police officer and so is his brother. And Ilya breaks down in a way I didn't expect to see in this series. I never thought I would see Ilya Rozanov cry, but Ilya cries, and Shane crawls into his arms and straddles him and wraps his whole body around him and kisses him and comforts him, and they cry together in the most tender, intimate, and passionate scene. And then it's implied that they have like a tender healing love making session, but it is not shown on camera. And that was a surprise for this series, but I think it was the right artistic choice. I think showing the sex in this scene would have taken away from the emotional gravitas and the emotional nakedness. So they have the sex off scene or off camera, and that is true for this whole episode. There is no sex shown in this episode, no cake shots, no booty cheeks, not even a peek. And I think it was a good choice because we got to focus on the emotional nakedness that we all craved, and we got that in spades. But I want to know what you think. Do you think it was the right choice not to show spicy scenes in this episode? Did it take away from your enjoyment of the show, or did it enhance your enjoyment of the show? But let me know what you think. So after the off-camera sex, they show Shane leaving, and Ilya says, "Good night, Shane," and Shane says, "Good night, Ilya," and they're officially on intimate first-name basis without freaking out. And let me tell you, in this scene, it touched me more than the first time they said each other's last name. Like, this time, the tenderness between them, like, held my heart in a way like that it hadn't been held before. So I'm like, oh, our boys are progressing. They're still in a secret relationship, but it's obviously transcending to the next level. They're getting naked together for real, emotionally naked, and I love to see it. Then we skip ahead to 2 weeks later, and Shane is in the hotel room with Hayden, and Hayden peeps that Lily is texting Shane and lets him know. And it's Ilya begging Shane to come over, and Shane pretends to resist, but he practically runs out the door to Ilya's house. They have off screen sex again, but we cut to their post coital banter, and it's so cute. They are so cute and so funny together. They're obviously getting really comfortable together, and it's just a really short scene, but it's adorable. Okay, so then it's game time. We actually get a ton of hockey in this episode, and I didn't think I cared about hockey, but the added hockey scenes actually really add to this episode. I'm surprised I appreciated that. But we go to game time, and we find out after the game that Ilya does not leave and go to Nashville with his team. We don't know where he is, and Shane panics and tries to get a hold of him. And I like when he calls Ilya and gets the voicemail. I love Ilya's voicemail greeting. He's like, "Hi, this is Ilya. I'll never listen to your voicemail." And it was just such a Ilya Rozanov thing. I really like that detail being added. But we eventually find out that Ilya's in Russia and his dad has passed away. And he FaceTimes Shane from Russia. And Shane tries to be really comforting, like, "I'm here for you." But Ilya goes into the spicy stuff right away. Shane's wearing his glasses, and Ilya's like, "Put the glasses back on." And it's really seductive. And it's implied that they have cyber sex. I don't know if anybody calls it cyber sex anymore, but it's implied they have cyber sex, but it doesn't happen on camera. I heard from book readers that this scene is more in detail in the book, so I'm really looking forward to the glasses, Skype, cyber sex, FaceTime scene. I do want to see how that goes down, but here is just implied. But I like how Shane is like, "You can talk to me like your father just died," but Ilya finds comfort in the physical, like that's his go-to, his MO. But they do that, and we do get the emotional connection later. But that was a nice little addition, and anytime I can see Shane in his glasses, I'm here for it. So now we're in Russia. Ilya is with his family after his father's passing, and Ilya and Alexei, the brother, confront each other in the back room. And let me tell you, Alexei is the most toxic and unappreciative sibling anybody could ever be cursed with. So they confront each other, they start to throw hands, it gets a little rowdy and bowdy back there. And Svetlana comes in and checks on them and tries to calm things down. And I did not think I could love Ilya any more than I already did. But when Alexei disrespects Svetlana and Ilya goes to beat his ass, oh my gosh, Ilya stole my heart and both my damn ovaries. I did not think that man could own my heart, mind, body, and spirit any more than he already did. But that scene got me. The way he defends his friend and goes to bat for her and almost beats his brother ass for her. Yes, I am so here for it. But Ilya cuts his brother off. He's like, I'm going to leave a trust for my niece. You can have my apartment in Russia. I don't ever want to see you again. If you bother me, I will destroy you, pretty much. So he like cuts him up completely, and Alexei deserves it. And I love how Svetlana has Ilya's back in this scene. She really like dotes on him and comforts him and looks after him, and just the tenderness and solidarity between them. He's like, I don't deserve you. And she's like, yes, you do, but you don't want me. And he's like, I love you. And she's like, I love you too. And I'll always be here for you. I'm not going anywhere, but I know you don't love me the way you love Jane. I hope he realizes how lucky he is. And oh my gosh, just the tenderness and the solidarity and the unwavering support between Svetlana and Ilya. It might be one of my favorite friendships in the show. And this is definitely one of my favorite scenes of the episode. The performances, especially from Connor, deserve an Academy Award. And we haven't even gotten to the iconic monologue yet. But just the scene with Svetlana and Alexei and Ilya, oh my gosh, award winning. But their friendship, and just the way Svetlana just really sees Ilya and accepts him, and the perceptiveness. I still don't know if she knows that Jane is Shane, but she definitely knows it's a him. She knows Ilya is in love. And I love how she's not possessive or territorial. She like just wants what's best for her friend, even though she really loves him. And this scene got me in a way I can't even fully articulate. The scene, it's one of my favorites, possibly of the whole season. But yeah, this scene really got me. And like I said, we haven't even gotten to the most climactic scenes yet. But this is a standout of the entire season, a standout scene for me for sure. This scene was not only good cinema, but like Svetlana really is an inspiring figure. All the women in this show are amazing. Svetlana, Rose, and Lena, they all inspire me to be a better woman. And it's been a long time since the show has done that. Actually, literally inspired me to want to be a better person. So, man, that is art at its finest. So that goes for like the whole series, and like I said, this scene in particular. But I want to give like a big shout out to the expertly crafted way these female characters were written, and to the amazing performance that these beautiful and talented actresses give them to bring these characters to life. But if I could just choose one scene to encapsulate how amazing these women are, is that scene with Svetlana, Ilya, and Alexei. But let me know, who are your favorite supporting characters? Do you agree with me that the women in this story are the real MVPs? But yeah, let me know about your favorite side friendships. I'm dying to know what you think of the supporting cast. Okay, so right after that show-stopping scene with Ilya and Svetlana, we go to what will probably go down in history. It's one of the most iconic television scenes ever performed. Can we just say, can somebody run Connor's story, his Emmy, real quick? We don't need the ceremony. We don't need the votes. We don't need the deliberation. Just get this man his damn Emmy. This monologue. Okay, so Ilya is in Russia. He goes outside to get some air, and he calls Shane. And Ilya is apparently like is in obviously a really bad place, understandably, because his dad just died. But I've never seen him be this vulnerable before. Shane really holds space for him. He's like, how are you feeling? And Ilya's struggling to express himself in Russian. And Shane is like, I have an idea. How about you just tell me everything that's on your mind, but do it in Russian, and maybe it'll make you feel better. And Ilya goes into this monologue, and he talks about how his family just uses him for money and all they want is more and more and more, but they don't love him, and how he's alone in this world and how he doesn't have anyone. And the way Connor Story performs it, oh my gosh, it crushed my heart. It's just, and he's doing this in the foreign language. This is all in Russian, and he's hitting all the emotional notes, the music score, the cinematography, the way it's shot. And Shane Hudson Williams' performance is like A+ also, because he isn't even speaking, he's just listening, and you could tell Ilya's words are just hitting him and landing in his gut and hitting him in his heart center, and his performance is just magical. But Ilya goes on about how empty he feels and how he has no one. But he says, I have Svetlana and I love her, but not how I love you. And he's like, I want you. It's always been you. I love you more. Like, I love you so much. I don't know what to do about it. And oh my gosh, I got so choked up. It was just like this beautiful, I just didn't expect it from Ilya, this outpouring of love. And Shane, I think he gets some of the sentiment, but he doesn't know all that said because it's in the foreign language. But I'm like, he finally said it. Ilya, like, stop joking around, stop brushing things off. And he's like, it's always been you. I want you. I love you so much. I don't know what to do. And I'm like, it's happening. My boys are coming together. And the way Shane just held space for him. And he's like, do you feel better now? And Ilya's like, yes. And all through this conversation, they're on the first name basis, calling each other Shane and Ilya. And like I said, this scene is going to go down in cinema and television history as one of the most iconic. And like I said, for someone to not speak Russian and to do a performance like this in a totally foreign language, like, there are no words. Like, hats off to Connor's Story. And he's just starting his career. Like, oh my gosh, it blew me away. I don't even know all the Academy Awards that exist, but he deserves all of them. All of them. And the whole crew, like I said, the score, the music score, I think there was a Beethoven piece playing, and the way it was shot, it was just so beautiful. That was a beautiful piece in television history, and I felt privileged to have witnessed it. Okay, even though the Russian scene was obviously the most gut wrenching scene of the show, the scene that made me tear up the most was when Shane and Ilya, they have a game together. Everything is all happy and going well. Shane is dropping Ilya the code to get into his house. They're making plans to get together later and do their thing. And they're playing together, and Shane, or playing against each other rather. And Shane is looking back, smiling at his man, distracted by Ilya, and he gets hit on the ice by another player, and he hits the ground and falls out, and he is injured. And I'm like, oh, sweet baby Shane. Like, oh my gosh, my eyes tear up, because just the juxtaposition of it, so happy, they're making plans, things are going well for them, and then Shane gets knocked out cold, and the concern on Ilya's face, and I started to get really scared. I saw a scene just like this in a gay football romance I read many, many years ago. But in the gay football romance, when the players gets injured on the field and the other player's concern for him outs both of them to everybody. So I thought this was going to happen to Shane and Ilya, because Shane is like, tell him I'm okay. And the paramedics thought he was talking about his dad. He's like, no, tell Ilya I'm okay. He'll worry. And I'm like, oh no, they're going to be out before they're ready. So I'm stressed. I'm worried about Shane. But then we get to this really cute scene. Shane is really loopy on pain meds in the hospital. And he is so cute when he's all doped up on drugs. Ilya walks in, like, clearly concerned. And Shane's like, Ilya, Ilya. And he's so cute. I just want to squeeze him and kiss both his cheeks. And then Ilya takes his hand discreetly, and Shane is like, yeah, it's all better now. And he's just so happy to hold Ilya's hand. And this is one of the most precious moments between them. And Ilya strokes Shane's face. He's like, you really scared me. And he's like, oh, I'm okay. I'm just mad we didn't get to, get together and hook up after. And they are just precious and adorable, and I loved it. And Shane is like, I really want you to come to my cottage. We could be alone together for a couple weeks. Please come. And Ilya obviously wants to come, but he's like, I don't know if I can do that. I'll think about it, but I don't know. But this is just the cutest, sweetest, like most wholesome scene. I really love that. It was absolutely adorable. We need to get Shane loopy on pain med some more because this was really cute. Okay, and then we go to one of the happiest climatic moments in TV history. I know I keep saying television history has been made, but it is not an exaggeration. The show is truly iconic. It is truly making history. It is truly something like that just hasn't been seen before. The show is iconic. But we go to one of the happiest moments, definitely happiest moments of the season, if not the happiest moments in television history. Scott Hunter is playing a playoffs game with the Admirals, and Shane is in the cottage with his parents watching. Ilya is with his friends in Boston watching, and everyone all around the world is watching. And Scott Hunter, after a long seasoned career, wins the cup finally, and he's celebrating. All the fans and family come on the ice to celebrate, and Scott looks around and realizes he has no one to celebrate with, and he sees Kip in the stands, and Kip is tearing up, and Elena is comforting Kip. But then Scott's like, fuck it, I'm doing this. And Scott invites Kip out onto the ice. And Kip's like, me? Like, what is going on? And Scott's like, yeah, you, come on down. And Elena's like, go down there, go get your man. And Scott invites Kip into the ice and in front of everybody on television in the stands, looks into his eyes, tells him he loves him, and pulls him into like the best kiss, the most passionate, loving, and open kiss. And oh my gosh, the crowd goes wild. I'm at home. I am clapping. I am kicking my feet. I am cheering with them like I am in the stadium with them. And I'm like, Scott came out. Like, oh my gosh, love wins. Love wins. I felt like my heart was going to explode into a ball of glitter. And it's so exciting. And then Ilya and Shane are in their respective homes watching, and you could see the look of realization cross their faces. The performances in this, you could just see like their faces light up, and they're like, oh my God, maybe we can have this too. Like just the thought running through their head. And Ilya wastes no time, and he calls Shane on the phone, and he's like, I'm coming to the cottage. And we close the episode with that, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't wait for the cottage. I avoid spoilers like I avoid the plague, so I don't know exactly what's going to happen at the cottage, and don't tell me, but I heard it's absolutely iconic, so I can't wait to see what happens at the cottage. I know all the pain and angst we went through in previous episodes was so worth it for Skip's kiss, Skip's climatic moment, and I know it's really going to be worth it when we get to the cottage. But part of me is kind of sad that the cottage is coming up because I don't want this series to end. I'm excited to see what happens next. Part of me can't wait for next week, but part of me is crushed that next week is coming. I want to live in heated rivalry bliss for as long as humanly possible. Just having 1 week more is not enough. So I'm actually kind of down about it. How are you feeling about next week? Are you looking forward to it because you get to see the cottage, or are you feeling down that our journey is almost over? I have loved watching everyone come together, different races, different genders, different age groups, different sexual orientations, different countries, Canada, America, all the other countries, different continents. Everybody has just come together over this past several weeks and collectively lost their shit together over this show. And it has just been so beautiful to watch. This has been the healing balm that the world needed, and it came at exactly the right time. And it's been such a privilege to witness not only like the world come together for the show, but to watch Connor and Hudson's career and friendship unfold. Like, it's been a long time since I've seen talent light up the screen like this. And these two boys are just getting started. And to watch their friendship blossom, their career unfold, it's just been such a privilege to watch. And it is all thanks to Rachel Reed and Jacob Tierney. And I wrote a little Christmas wish love poem to Jacob and crew, and I want to share it with you because I know a lot of you love Jacob and Rachel and Hudson and Connor as much as I do. Okay, this is my love letter. These are my wishes to Jacob. Jacob Tierney, may every car let you in on the highway. May you find a parking space wherever you go. May your pillow be cool on both sides when you sleep. May your bed always be cuddly and warm. May your shower mat never be soggy. May your nacho chip never break in the dip. May you never step on a Lego as long as you shall live. May every moment of your life always be as sweet as Canadian maple syrup. Thank you for all you have given us, and wishing all the same to Connor, Hudson, and Rachel. Oh my gosh, I love them. And I love you. Wishing all the best to you. Thank you for watching this video. May your heated rivalry sugar rush last as long as humanly possible. If you love this show as much as I do, give this video a like. And if you feel like it, share it, subscribe, comment below, and let me know what were your favorite moments from episode number 5. What moments moved you the most? Did you tear up? Did you cry this episode? Or were you giggling and giddy? How'd you feel? And which scenes gave you the feels? And let me know, what did you think about the decision to leave out all of the spicy scenes this episode? Did you think that was a good decision, or did it take away? So I love discussing the show, so I hope to see you in the comments below. Until next time, bye.